Welcome to Football Coach's Edge. I'm the coach. This is episode 2, the case for visualization in football. In episode 1, I introduced you to the concept of visualization in football and how it represents a unique approach to gaining a long-term edge over your opponent. In this episode, I will define sports visualization and make the case for why it works. I will provide you with examples of some of the research and science behind it. So what is sports visualization? It is the practice of imagining the sports performance you desire in real life. You may have done this or something similar to it throughout your life. Have you ever relaxed your mind, focused and rehearsed a specific important action or plan and then carried it out? If so, then you have practiced visualization. Visualization can be an amazing performance enhancer that allows you to acquire and perfect skills much more quickly. The importance of visualization in football cannot be overstated, as it plays a crucial role in enhancing player performance, resilience, and strategic thinking on the field. It can also improve players' focus, decision-making abilities, and emotional control, which are all critical to the game. Research indicates that the mental aspect of the game significantly influences the outcome. As so many great athletes and coaches have said, sports is 90% mental and 10% physical. As an added bonus, learning to use visualization to focus, improve decision-making abilities, and gain emotional control can also translate outside of football by improving teenagers' or adults' ability to navigate the complexities and challenges of life. Now, there's so much misinformation about how to visualize. The first thing to know is that you don't have to be visual in order to visualize. In fact, coaches do a disservice to their athletes by telling them to visualize in the first place, because there are some people who don't know what you mean when you tell them that. It can create confusion in those players. If players are visual, then they can close their eyes and imagine in pictures in their mind what happens on the field. When they close their eyes, if pictures are not very clear to them, then that's okay. There's nothing wrong with them. Just imagine their success however they want to, and they will be doing it right for them. Instead of visualization, you can call it mental practice if that helps. Okay, so let us look at the science and research behind sports visualization. When you mentally rehearse an activity through visualization practice, you end up building a set of neural patterns in your brain along with a network of mental programs that can more readily trigger physiological responses than if you didn't have them. In other words, visualization practice helps to condition the brain to produce automatic behavioral responses. In football, we call it muscle memory. However, we mostly use physical repetition rather than incorporating visualization to develop that muscle memory. This mind-body connection is nothing new. As a matter of fact, Buddha discussed this mind-body connection thousands of years ago when he said that you could provoke a physiological response in your body simply by thinking of the sour taste of a lemon or thinking about something fearful like walking on the edge of a cliff. Buddha said that your mental conceptions could affect the sensations or feelings, which could in turn affect your physical body because of an interlinkage between these systems. In other words, what Buddha is saying, just thinking about it can cause your body to react the same as if you were actually eating a lemon or walking on the edge of a cliff. In a study leading up to the 1980 Olympics, the Soviet Union experimented with sports visualization in an effort to enhance player performance. They divided their Olympic athletes into 4 groups. Group 1 performed 100% traditional physical practice with no visualization. Group 2 performed 75% physical practice and 25% visualization. Group 3 performed 50% physical practice and 50% visualization. And Group 4 performed 25% physical practice and 75% visualization. Amazingly, Group 4 ended up winning the most medals. A 1991 study of 121 field hockey players also found that players who just did physical practice improved their shooting skills by 70%, while those who used visualization in addition to their physical practice improved their goal shooting by a far higher amount of 160%. Incredible improvement. A basketball study conducted by an Australian psychologist randomly chose 3 groups of students who had never practiced visualization. First, he had each group shoot free throws and measured their percentage. Then he conducted a 20-day experiment. Group 1 practiced free throws every day for 20 days. Group 2 made free throws only on the first and 20th day of the study. They didn't make any practice shots during the middle of the study or engage in any visualization practice. Group 3 students spent 20 minutes every day visualizing free throws and nothing else. When he measured the percentage improvements, he found that Group 1 improved 24% due to their daily practice. Group 2 didn't improve at all. The visualizers of Group 3 improved by 23%, which is almost as well as the first group that worked so hard. An exercise psychologist conducted a study to compare people who went to the gym with people who carried out virtual workouts in their heads. After testing 2 groups of people, he found that the group that physically went to the gym and worked out saw a 30% increase in muscle strength. The participants who merely conducted mental exercises of the same weight training increased their muscle strength by almost half as much, 13.5%. This strength gain due to visualization efforts even remained for 3 solid months following the mental training. Another study in 2004 tested the results of visualization practice on strength and training by splitting 30 healthy volunteers into separate groups. The first group performed physical contraction exercises on their little finger. The second group performed mental contractions of their little finger and simply imagined through visualization doing the same training. A third group was not trained but participated in all measurements to serve as a control group. This training experiment lasted for 12 weeks, 15 minutes per day, 5 days per week. As expected, the control group showed no significant changes in strength at all. The physical training participants increased their finger abduction strength by 53%. Those who only mentally rehearsed the movements increased their finger abduction strength by 35%. Once again, the study showed the amazing results that visualization efforts could help you increase your strength even without the accompanying exercises. There are many more sports visualization studies, and they all point to the same conclusion that sports visualization improves player performance exponentially. Now, please be aware that none of these studies ever made the case that you can solely rely on visualization to improve player performance. They simply show how effective visualization can be for enhancing strength and performance. Like the 1991 field hockey study, other studies found that doing both actual physical practice together with visualization practice produced optimal performance results. So to my point from episode 1, visualization offers you an edge over your opponents if you do it in addition to your physical training and game planning. This concludes episode 2, the case for visualization in football. Please join me for episode 3, visualization techniques for football, where I will show you how to introduce the concept of visualization to your players, the different types of visualization, and basic and advanced visualization techniques. Until then, this is the coach reminding you that the edge lies outside the box.